Sometimes you wonder how someone can go around the internet and lie. How someone can just say something on the internet and it just be a complete and utter fucking fabrication. I was reading an article since yesterday about a pretty dicey event that just happened. There was a post on Reddit from a throwaway account right here, which stated that they were a victim of a ban from Path of Exile's devs because they were using a macro for their disability. Now, I can understand that in these situations, people look for any way to enjoy themselves, and that means, setting up a certain battle station with like specialized buttons and setting up certain, macros and stuff, but there's allowance for disabilities. I remember a long time ago, I saw this dude who was literally legally blind and deaf, and he had an issue with his right hand, and he had this setup where he was like 3 inches away from the screen, and he was able to hit buttons that I think they were like on his chest and in front of him, like all these different types of buttons in different setup, and he was able to play a game. And it warmed my fucking heart that this dude went through every fucking hoop just to enjoy himself. So I can understand when someone like this posts something saying they got banned because of essentially trying to cater to their disability. They also claimed that they spent hundreds of dollars on this game, so they were a paying customer on a free game. In Path of Exile, if you don't already know, you are required to pot. Use a potion. Always be potting. And I was reading this article and I was thinking to myself, like, grinding gears, how could you be such shit people? Really, how could you just be some terrible people where you just ban this guy because he's just trying to figure out a way to play your game? I mean, he's not exploiting, he's just making it easier for himself. And then I realized how fucking tricked I got. Today or whenever, I just discovered the article. It was determined that that person who did the throwaway account actually lied. They lied about their disability, they lied about who they were, they lied about the whole situation, just to try to show people how easy it was to fool people online. Specifically, this guy lied about having a disability online, but it didn't really stop there. It went to r/legal advice on Reddit, and you can understand how far these things fucking go on Reddit, because if a goddamn I post about my balls that are like half shaved, someone on Reddit is gonna fucking throw that thing to the top, and they're gonna be like, look at this guy's fucking balls. And then I'm going to get a whole bunch of shit about it, like r/legal advice on how to shave this guy's balls. Or like fucking r/smooth balls. This guy's balls aren't smooth. Like, Reddit has a fucking problem, but I'm just going to put that aside real quick. This shit went fucking viral and lit up like a wildfire in Reddit, to the point where there was actually people who were professionals in the field for disabilities trying to help this man out. In fact, people reached out to Grinding Gears to try to figure out what had happened to get the story. But to everyone's surprise, Grinding Gears had no idea what was going on. They had no clue. There was nothing that matched their records to what had happened. And then that post came out where this guy said, I made it all up. How could you be so fucking low, the most insignificant little fucking creature, to lie about having a disability? I can understand saying how easily the internet could be tricked. Once again, fucking Reddit jumps on things like a fucking ant pile. If God forbid something about like, oh, this fucking cat has 2 heads because some dude poured fucking liquid radiation, like enriched uranium all over it and fucking tried to kill his cat, but it came out with 2 heads and disabled and shit. And it turns out the guy was just fucking lying, and it was just like some fucking, shitty picture he doctored up. Reddit would jump on that shit. It would go to r/abused animals, r/fucking radium enriched animals. It would go to everything, because that's what Reddit does. But holy fuck, how can you be that low? You've got to be literally the worst kind of person. This is next to like fucking baiting people online for suicide. and just using a plethora of gamer words online, like that kind of low, to lie about a disability and trick a whole bunch of people to the point where there was almost legal action against a game company, and also scrambling the hell out of these guys' brains over there while they tried to rack whatever fucking knowledge they had to figure out if they could help this guy and what the fuck had happened. I'm wondering if anyone would have gotten fired if this went on. But instead, some dude was fucking lying because he wanted to teach the internet something, and he said he was sorry. And he came out with this fucking long ass thing saying, essentially, I got a lot of responses. This is bad. I need to come clean. But the thing is, there wasn't really an apology. This guy literally just came out and said, yo, it's easy for Reddit to get tricked. Fuck you, simpletons. This is what you guys got to watch out for. Propaganda, yada yada. This was my fucking teaching lesson for you. That was it. He literally came out and said, y'all are fucking lemmings. Fuck you. And then he had the nerve, the fucking giant ass fucking balls that Reddit would probably talk about for hours, to say at the bottom how to detect fake social media posts. This guy is literally a scumbag. And I'm sorry. I don't usually target people. I usually don't go out of my way to hone in on one person and make their life miserable. But how could you be so low to lie about a disability online to the point where there was almost legal action towards a large gaming company? Hell, it could have been to anyone. If I lied about a disability, saying that I couldn't get into a fucking donut shop because they wouldn't let me in, because they didn't have fucking ramps, or they didn't have this or that, and I ended up getting some sort of bait from someone out there who went, oh shit, we gotta do some legal action on this because this man can't shove his fucking dick in donuts because he can't fucking get his wheelchair up the ramp. Like, if I lied about this kind of shit online, I would face such hard backlash. And I'm just wondering what the fuck is happening to this guy right now. He claims to be a fucking educator, but the man ain't educated. Sometimes I wonder about humanity, of like how far we're gonna go in life. Just lying about things online and fucking making up stories. Hell, like, there was a common post I remember seeing around hurricane times where like weather reporters would be standing like in these weird locations with like half flooded water and like acting like it's the fucking end of the world just to chalk up fucking views. And it turns out there was people like down the street at a fucking Waffle House with their goddamn phones out recording them, showing it's just completely bullshit in a facade. Or like people making up rape allegations because thinking, you know, like, oh man, rape allegations aren't that bad. Maybe the guy will just, you know, go to jail for a little bit and learn his lesson because I'm just mad at him or something. No, these people are fucking making up rape allegations, and these people are going away for jail for fucking years for nothing they did. And it turns out they come around, they go, I'm sorry, it was a lie. It was all a fucking fabrication. We had no intentions to hurt this person. Like, people lie all the fucking time. We're humans. We're like these fucking dumbass little walnut brain monkeys. When we push our fucking brain cells together, we come up with some fucking weird ass story that we have to tell people, and it happens to be a fucking lie. Like, there's no end to it, and there will be no end to it. And a lot of people, you know, chalk it up as like, this is the fucking internet now. This is how things are gonna be. This is normalcy. But it's like, why do we have to do this? Why do we have to go out and make a fucking story up? And it could hurt someone. That's the point. Like, it's gonna hurt someone. At the end of the day, it could harm someone. But we do it anyways. We go on fucking Yelp and complain that the Mexican restaurant down the stairs made my enchilada too hot and then wouldn't let me eat it because I had pink hair and they didn't like pink hair. But it turns out that the fucking manager was on that Yelp and can tell you the whole story about how the person with pink hair wasn't wearing a mask during a mask mandate and then threw the enchilada across the stair and then shat on the table. Like, the stories that we tell for fucking clout is absolutely ridiculous. Like, people go out of their way for fucking clout, and it's absolutely stunning. I sometimes wonder about our fucking monkey-brained species where, you know, me and you sit here and we suddenly be compelled on the internet, I don't know, tell some long-ass tale about how I fucking you know, I was in my apartment complex and 16 dudes came with fucking guns and shot up the place. And oh my God, please feel bad for me and give me something. And then a whole bunch of people on Reddit feel bad for me and give me money and a whole bunch of fucking shit to replace my stuff. Turns out I made up the lie. Like, a lot of this stuff is just, it's so easy to do on the internet. Obviously, like I said, fucking Reddit is just like a fucking wildfire and a whole bunch of ants. But why do we do it? Why are we compelled to do this shit? It really makes you wonder. It makes you wonder about what's next. How far are these things going to go? What's real and what's not? People fall for shit way too easily, but people also take advantage of people way too easily. They do it, and they do it for these obscene reasons. If I ever tell a tall tale, and I'm guilty of embellishing things, I am the guy who tells the stories and then makes it seem like it's so much bigger than it actually is. I could tell a story about how I rode my bike down the road, and I'll tell you what, it's gonna have like 16 different points in there where, you know, I'm riding past a fucking whole bunch of animals, and I tell you about the animals, and it's like, it's a fucking story. That's what I do. I'm a storyteller. I'm a storyteller at heart, and I love doing it. But I don't fucking lie, especially when it came out to hurting people. If I ever get big, if I ever become a big streamer or a big YouTube guy, and I turn around to another YouTuber, I don't know, I say, Charlie has 16 nipples under his shirt because he can't fucking take off his white shirt. That's the lie I'm going to peddle. He's got 16 nipples he's hiding underneath his shirt. And because the Twitch TOS, he can't show his nipples, which means we're never going to get proof that he has 16 nipples under his shirt. He never takes off his white shirt. And I could tell that lie. And I bet you one person would jump on that and it would cause a fucking wildfire. And all of a sudden, he's going to get emails in his fucking inbox saying, Charlie, we need to talk to you about your fucking nipples. What the fuck, man? People need to stop lying on the internet. I don't get it. And it's never going to stop. No amount of Mika complaining is suddenly going to turn the patron saint of stop lying. It's not how it's going to work. We just have to be good people, but it seems like we don't have that intrinsic value where we don't really care. We don't. Fuck others, right? We're doing this for ourselves. Stop lying on the internet. Stop doing it for clout. Be yourself and treat others with respect. Also, Charlie has 16 nipples.